What is up, guys? Media Master Menard here today, bringing you guys another video, and as you can see by the title, I'm bringing you guys a review of Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. I saw this movie a couple days ago, and I wanted to give it some time to process in my head what I really truly thought about it, because it is a very unique movie, and I think it's kind of in an odd situation. Let me give you a history of my background with the Harry Potter universe. I've seen all the Harry Potter films multiple times and I love them all, and it's really cool going into the world. I haven't read the books. I'm not much of a book reader myself. I saw the first Fantastic Beasts movie once in theaters and that's it, and I didn't really refresh my memory going into this movie, so that could affect the way I saw this movie and made me a little more confused as I watched it. And there's quite a few things that kind of made me have a mixed view of this movie, and let's kind of start with the beginning with the plot. It's really kind of jumbled all over the place, and you never really what's going on 100%, and things kind of seem like they're not in sequential order at times, and connecting the dots is somewhat hard. That's the best way I can put it. And me and my girlfriend watching this movie both thought the same thing, that it was kind of a little disorienting for all the different directions that the film was moving in. And I think part of what makes it so disorienting is the lack of a good setup and not very good background information given. I mean, they try to have payoff after payoff, but they try to do this without having any setup, and I really didn't think it worked out for them in this movie. I mean, there were some characters that I really didn't even know who they were or what they were doing there, and they were never really explained by the movie. And I thought maybe at first it was just me thinking this, so I did a little research online to see who these people were, and it really wasn't just me. A lot of people had this same problem and confusion knowing who some of these people are, and there's a point in the movie where people are dying, or I can't tell if they're dying or if they're joining Grindelwald's cause. It's kind of confusing and you don't really know what's happening without looking it up. But on the flip side of that coin, I think the movie does a really good job of kind of building on the Harry Potter universe that it's established, and it's really cool to see the neat little Easter eggs and references to the original films and seeing how they're tucked in there secretly, but if you paid attention to the other movies, you'll recognize them. Some of my favorite scenes in the film are the ones where there's flashbacks to Hogwarts, or we see a young Dumbledore at Hogwarts. And I think this is because it kind of really connects directly back to the original series, and you get to see all these neat little things about how Hogwarts was in a different era, and you also get more background in the character of Dumbledore and how he became who he is when you see him in the original series, because at this point in Fantastic Beasts, he is quite a different person than he is in the original Harry Potter movies. Basically, to summarize what I've been talking about so far, the pacing is too fast, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing, but it's kind of all over the place and the pacing is kind of jumbled. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, fast pacing can be good, and movies like Atomic Blonde, I think it works very well for the film, and it kind of keeps the film going at a great pace and keeps things super exciting. But in this film, it keeps things so fast that you don't even know what's happening. You're kind of on this roller coaster whirlwind ride. One thing that I really did love about this film was the animation and CGI work for the spells. They're very intricate and very beautiful and just very aesthetically pleasing. Another thing that I thought was fantastic was the France setting. I'm just a sucker for anything in France, so that's kind of just something for me. I think Eddie Redmayne did a fantastic job playing Newt Scamander. I mean, he just does such a good job of kind of showing his quirkiness and kind of how awkward and weird he is. And somebody who I thought did a fantastic job, surprisingly, was Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. Seeing him was very creepy, and he does a good job filling out the role of the villain, even if sometimes he does sound a little bit like Captain Jack Sparrow. Overall, though, I thought the supporting cast was rather weak and didn't maybe do the greatest job conveying emotions and telling the story. Overall, I thought it was a decent film, but just decent. Probably mediocre is a better word to describe it. I think its lack of focus and its tendency to just throw out random lore, it kind of holds it back. But if you're a die-hard fan of the Harry Potter series and universe that they have created, I do think you would really enjoy this movie and it will be worth your time. But for those who are maybe not the most die-hard of fans, this movie really might not be for you, and it might not be worth your time. So that's kind of the impression I got when I left the theater and the kind of vibe the movie gave off to me. But I want to know what you guys think about The Crimes of Grindelwald. Is it good, is it bad, or is it just so-so and kind of just throwing lore out for the sake of doing so? Let me know the answer to all those questions down in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll maybe bringing you guys more movies, TV, video game, and anime content. I'll leave a link to my Twitter down in the description below so you can find out when I post a new video. And until then, this is Master Menard, signing off.
Now look at the top, I'm going crazy, who wearing the crown? Schooly bop, doodly bolly, doodly down.